Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, doing the trade review for Tuesday, the 15th of August. So, wanted to review the cornerstone of how the white zone works, right? Again, what I'm trying to teach and what I'm trying to help people learn is that when you have certainty in trade location, right? It the thing that day traders need is they want to reduce uncertainty. They want to know they have good trade location, right? And they want a process for managing the risk in that trade and being able to pull their trade out, right? And so the white zones in the room actually offer two advantages there. First of all, when we're in the room in real time, if we need to audible or take a second trade in that white zone, we're able to do so, right? But even without being in the room, you know off the top of the white zone that you will often have fantastic trade location. And this goes both for NQ and for ES, which is our primary focus, right? So let's go and look at how that would have worked and jump in real quick here. So I'm gonna rewind back to the beginning of the day. And what you'll see is what I'm doing here is going through the market preview and pointing out where our key trade locations are, right? So you can see beforehand I'm pointing out I want the white zone, I want the yellow zone, and then if we get below, I'd want the yellow zone lower. Those are my primary trade locations that our members are looking for to grab trades for the day. So watch when the market opens. So remember, yesterday the market went straight up, right? We opened and pretty much drove. And one of the things that causes a challenge for a lot of traders is the constant changing patterns within the market. One day it's straight up and goes down, one day it opens up and goes straight down. How do you adjust? Well, the way you adjust is by knowing where the institutional traders are sitting and waiting, right? And that doesn't guarantee you a trade win, but look at it as more as a large force willing to help you out on your trade would be the best way to do it, right? It really lowers your anxiety and lets you focus just on one area. And remember, the goal is very simple. The most basic plan is to take the first touch of the zone, target approximately 2 points up, right? Once you get your 2 points, move your stop to break even, then target the following 2 points or 4 points up in total, right? After that, so what we're doing is we're managing risk. Stop is generally 2 points behind that zone is how I use it in my trade plan. And before I get going, I always forget this. Remember, past performance is not indicative of future results. This is for educational purposes only. And if you want to pause it real quick here, you can read this and you can pause and you can read all the way through the legal notice. I'm not going to burden everybody with that. Um, Pretty much past performance is not indicative of future results. So watch when we open. So remember, yesterday was straight up, right? And what you see out of the gate is that people remembered that. This pushed Globex high all the way up here at the open gap. And immediately, ES and NQ open up. This is the opening print, that blue line right there. And we open above Monday's high in both markets. People are thinking, great, we're going to drive straight up today. It's another big up day, right? Well, our target to get long is right here at 24.6575 and then the top of the white zone, right? And you'll see as we push through here, there's the top of the white zone right there. Now, I want to point something out. When we get, I can't quite stop it right on the white zone, but you'll see that we pushed, let me back it up just a drop, we pushed right to the top of that white zone. Now, a couple of things, right? I always hear, well, Simon, that's a big red bar and it's scary, right? Or it just opened and it just pushed down. My numbers tell me that generally speaking, it varies a little bit by month, but when we hit that white zone for the first time, it's a high odds trade, right? So if you take this trade off of here at 24.6575, rotates up immediately, and right there at the close of that bar, this is a 8-tick rotation right there. That's an 8-tick rotation at the close of this bar on the ask. Okay, so you didn't get 8 ticks on the bid, but at this point I would generally, especially with how small the rotation was in the top of the white zone, what we want the market to do at this point is to slingshot. I don't have a drawing tool here, so I'm going to pause it for a second. So what I'm looking for the market to do here is to come in here and slingshot out of here and make a direct arrow for this location. Now, I'm not a guru, I'm a trader. I take losses and I take wins just like anyone else. No trader trades perfectly. But this is what I'm looking for, right? Which is why what you're hoping for is that this ends up being the low. It's tagged in. You've gotten your 2 points. And then your trailer can run up here for approximately a 7 to 10 point win or more, to the upside, right? That's what you're trying to shoot. 2-4 trailer up into this zone. Now, I have no idea whether it's going to do it or not. My focus is on where do I have the highest odds of getting good trade location, right? So I want to point something out here. So we scale. If you moved your stop to break even, you either closed the position, or if you moved your stop to break even on the trailer got stopped out. But either way, you had a profit opportunity right there up and out of the zone, right? You move a little bit further, and I want you to watch what's happening to NASDAQ. So over there on the NASDAQ, over there on the right, see how they're trying to hold that NASDAQ up? It was really strong yesterday. And all of a sudden, that's NASDAQ's right over here. You're seeing a lot of pressure come in, right? And you see that's the second touch into the white zone. Again, notice repeated buying out of that white zone. Then finally the NASDAQ comes in, tries to fill the gap. So I consider gap fill. If gap fill aligns itself with the white zone, that's great. Otherwise, I consider it a visual location, a weak location to trade at. We tend to avoid that. And you'll see right here, we come into the white zone. Now your stop has to be behind the white zone on NQ, right? And what we've done is we've already taken the trade off the 24.65 3/4, and in the room we adjusted and we took a second trade in the white zone at 24.6550. Again, the most basic strategy is to just take simply the first trade, but we know we have institutional help coming in here. We know we're in a bullish environment. It's unlikely the market's going to fall apart. So we take it 24.6450 and we're pushing along here. And you can see in the white zone there, see how the market's pushing down and attempting to break. I want you to look at that, right? I'm talking about right over here. Look how hard they press against those institutional buyers, and they just keep stepping back in. Now, so long out of the white zone, right? And now we're at 64.50, so our target's 66.50, right? And again, when we push up, now I want to pause it here. Realize NQ out of the white zone from the back and from the top has now traveled 10 points, basically off the top. If you took the top of the white zone, 10 points. That translates to $200 a contract, right here. And then we've now moved from 64.50 to 66.50. Again, 8 ticks on the ask, 7 on the bid. And now we are going to fast forward. So we are out at 66.50 now, 66.25, 66.50. We're done with this trade. And we're done with NQ for the most part. But then what you're going to see, and I want to show you this, is even though ES comes back and attempts to break this trade, look at this white zone on NQ. They're still pressing down. They try to break that white zone, right? And they did so successfully on ES, but we've already pulled our money out, not once but twice, right? And now look at the rebound back up. And they're going to push all the way over, all the way back to 59.16, and then I wanted to point out one more thing. Now that the white zone's broken over here on ES, if you go look on your chart, what you'll see is this actually ended up projecting for another 2 points to the downside. We didn't take the short. I didn't think it was a good short environment. So that's the white zone summary. It's how you can use the white zone as a massive strategic advantage to knowing where to place a trade, being able to follow process, stack chips, and build your account over time. And that's the goal. It's not how many trades do I get in a day. It's how many good trades can I get and stack them consistently. And that's how someone can learn how to trade and build a consistent P&L, stop drawing down, stop blowing up, and start building a real business. Anyways, my name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. And if you're interested, you're welcome to email me and ask for a 5-day trial into the room. It's $95 a month, pretty straightforward, and I think it's the best value. That includes charts in ES, NQ, Euro, the 30-year note, CL, and the mentoring room that's open throughout the course of the day. So I think it's the best value as far as trader education goes out there. Anyways, you have a wonderful day, guys. This is 9 minutes. I try to keep it as short as possible. Remember, don't draw down significantly. Everyone loses, but no, you do not have to consistently lose to learn how to do this. And secondly, don't blow up. It's just not worth it, guys. Too many people in this business blow up, and I think if I stand for anything, I stand for keeping people from blowing up and helping them make money. So have a great night, guys.